For those of you who have a subscription to Gale𝗙ście_Media Tier 2 or Tier 3, you probably already know that you have the ability to reconcile your vendor invoices against the orders that were placed. And for television and radio, most of those can be brought in electronically. Sometimes as we bring them in electronically, you might accidentally match them up to the incorrect advertiser or campaign. The good news is there's an easy fix to that. You don't have to delete it and start over. So for example, in this particular case, this very first imported invoice for WPUP, I'm going to go to Actions, I'm going to go to Match. I don't see any suggested stations, and if I go to Search, there's no station. So that's telling me that whatever station is on the invoice is not matching the orders that were placed for this particular campaign. Then upon further research, I realized I have the advertiser correct, but I had the wrong campaign, but I know which campaign it should go against now. So I'm just going to go to Actions on the far right, and I'm going to go to Edit, and then I'm going to choose Advertiser Campaign. So I'm going to switch this out now. It's still Advertiser A, but it is a different campaign that I originally thought. So I'm just going to hit that Update button and hit Yes, Update. So now if I go in to Actions and Match, then I will see the station, and this one has been revised. So then I can see now, all right, here we go, and I can check out my summary. So yeah, this is correct because I ordered $690. They ran $690. There were a couple spots that did get kicked out for being discrepant. I'll investigate that here in a minute, and that takes care of that. The other scenario, and when it comes to editing, is that perhaps you need to edit during the matching process. So perhaps you've got the correct campaign and advertiser, but there's some edits you need to make. So again, we can go in Actions and Match, and in this example, we see here there's a few lines. We have one that got a free spot that got kicked out because it's discrepant. The reason it was discrepant, I think, is because it was an extra. So if we look at our line 1, we had our free spots in here, and we ordered 2, and 2 of them matched, so this is probably an extra. We can also see that on this line, only $25, but we ordered 4 spots and only 2 matched up because that was the only 2 that were even placed. So it was probably a situation where they didn't have the inventory to provide us with all 4 spots. So I can actually edit this line if I want to go ahead and remove the 2 spots that they weren't able to air. Now I can also come in here, highlight this particular line, go to my spot calendar, so I can see when they were not able to air them. So you can see on the first 2 weeks of the buy, I asked for 2 spots each week. They were able to run them on the second week, but not the first week. So when I make this edit, I'm going to remove these 2 spots from the July 31st week. So I'm just going to come back in here, right mouse click, go to Edit Line, and then I can come in here to the week of July 31st, change that out to 0, and then hit the Edit button one more time, and then hit Yes, Update. And I'm going to update my worksheet at the same time, but you can choose maybe not to for whatever reason. Okay, so now that is edited, and now I've got 2 for 2. And then I can also, if I want to go ahead and edit this bonus line to add a 3 here instead of the 2, or sometimes maybe you got some bonus spots that you didn't even ask for, you weren't expecting. So you can also right mouse click here in the grid on the bottom half and create a brand new line. So you just create it, and you're going to hit the Add Line button here and just put your time and your days. Typically, if they're free bonus spots, I would typically put 12/8, 11:59p because they tend to run them any time of day, and I typically would put like Monday through Sunday for days, and then of course put my length in, and I keep the rates and ratings as zeros because they are bonus spots.